Screens aren't addictive, nor is their content. Media addiction is engineered, a matter of design. This video exposes the manipulative design that hijacks human brain chemistry. After this, you could theoretically take advantage of this design to manipulate others. But my intention is for you to take this knowledge with you to avoid getting manipulated. Screen addiction is just an easy example of how this works. By calculating the perfect dopamine drip, our media is designed to keep us not happy, but mildly frustrated. But what is it about dopamine that makes it so easy to exploit? We need to go back to a groundbreaking experiment in the 1960s. Neuroscientist Robert Heath discovered that when given the ability to self-stimulate parts of their brain, people overwhelmingly chose to activate the dopamine pathway associated with mild frustration. Why frustration? Dopamine drives us to take action to resolve problems or inconsistencies in our environment. We get a surge of dopamine when we have to put in a bit of effort to find the solution. Mild frustration is like a hit of motivation. This insight reveals why we can become addicted to challenges with just the right balance of difficulty and potential reward. Which brings us to Marshall McLuhan's hot versus cool media theory, also from the 1960s. What makes a medium hot or cool? It's about how much effort it takes to participate. A hot medium like movies requires minimal effort. Just sit back and it does all the work for you. All Hollywood blockbusters are hot, no imagination needed. A cool medium like a conversation or podcast requires active participation to fill in the meaning. You have to listen, think, and engage to get value out of a cool medium. Here's the key. When a new medium first emerges, it starts out cool. Early TV was grainy and limited, so you had to use your imagination. The internet began as simple text. You had to work to hunt down information. But as the tech evolves, the content invariably gets hotter. But hot 8K content alone isn't addictive, or we'd all be stuck watching the most vivid nature documentaries. McLuhan's spectrum misses something critical. The most habit-forming media are not uniformly hot across the board. They balance hot and cool elements, keeping us in the zone of the just right, mild temperature. Think of the Goldilocks principle. The bowls of porridge that are too hot or too cold get rejected. The one that's just right wins. The same goes for media. Too hot and there's no room for participation. Too cold and it's work. The most addictive tech hits the sweet spot in between. Television mastered this. Passive watching is hot. But channel surfing, using the guide and the powerful remote, gave you enough cool tasks for mildly engaged participation. Mild participation is mildly frustrating. There is autonomy within a curated boundary, like an unleashed animal in a penned-in area. Thanks to Heath's research, we know this mild frustration triggers dopamine. The TV experience of avoiding commercials, flipping between marginal content, searching for the best thing on. This combination of hot content and cool control is the dopamine trap. Social media takes this same approach. The feeds are hot, endless content at your fingertips, but liking, commenting, and sharing give you just enough to do. Mild participation activates the dopamine loop hour after hour. People even report feeling mildly frustrated when they finally stop scrolling. The most habit-forming media leverage this mild temperature. With VR on the horizon, we are sure to see this addictive design taken to the next level. VR could enable cool creation and exploration combined with hot passive content. Full sensory stimulation with built-in mild tasks to keep our brains hooked and distracted. We must learn from the past, or else VR will become the most addictive and potentially dangerous technology we've ever created. In conclusion, the choice between utopia and dystopia is a matter of neurochemical activation based on economic incentives. Individually, we can do our best to not fall prey to manipulation based on hot content and cool control. But for the collective to flourish, regulatory action must be taken. As of now, any regulation would contradict free market capitalism. Our system is great, but we may need to look away from our screens to see its flaws. Do the responsible thing and ask yourself what temperature your screen time is. If it's hot, that's fine. If it's cold, that's also good. If it's mild, turn it off. If this made an impression on you, my last video shown here goes 15 minutes on the same topic. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.